just out of the blue.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, folks? What's going on?
Hey.
Let's say hi to some people. Oh, who is this person? Testing her comments in the chat. Well, at least that person got Mike Moon at Noon's seal of approval. Let's go, Mike Bothwell, fellow Canadian. Moon at Noon. All right, I guess we got people. So, I was going to do a planned show today, but Darlene, I got something to tell you.
What?
I'm in love. I
For
found love.
real?
Yeah. It's
No.
called
Don't bullshit me.
no, her name is Helldivers 2,
Uh-huh.
and I've been obsessed with Helldivers 2 so hard.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's been getting in the way of my show prepping time. And there's been some Helldivers 2 drama, and I will go into that.
Okay.
And I will show you what Helldivers is.
Is this
And
like a gaming?
oh yes.
Oh.
It's not just Darlene now.
Shit.
It's not just a video game. It's not just any other video game,
No.
Darlene.
No.
This is the game to end all games.
Okay.
You know what Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
Pancho.
Hey, it's Pancho. Do you know what Jesus Christ was to humanity? Helldivers 2 is to video games. It's the savior.
Okay.
And we'll go into it.
Let me see.
But
Let me see.
oh, you want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Hold on. Oh man, Darlene, I've been in such glee, so much glee. And
how long?
Let's see. It's been a couple weeks now.
Okay. All right. All
okay.
right.
Wait a minute. Did you catch my midwit episode?
Your what?
Did you catch the episode I did with Jason about midwits?
No, I didn't. I have to go back.
Oh, you missed that one. Okay. Okay. Never mind. I thought you saw it. Actually, you know what? Well, I'll show you a little bit later. Let's say hi to some more folks and then kick off the show. It's Poncho. Hey. All right. So yeah, tonight's going to be a free for all because I was just too obsessed with Helldivers for the last few weeks. I can't pry myself off that game, and I can't think about anything else. And it's just work, eat, and Helldivers. And then so I'm like, oh crap, I got a show. You know what? It's been a while since I've done a free for all. Actually, the first free for all I did, Darlene, you were a part of. You were there.
I what?
With
Oh,
Rob and Greg Ogles.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that was before I got my new computer and everything was like fucking up for me, and then I had to like sign on with my own phone. I had to be a guest on my own show with my phone.
Right.
That was rough, but thankfully I have since. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Tell me about your microphone, or is that just like a cover thing?
Oh no, this is this thing here actually it stops me from popping my peas.
Yeah. It's a filter thing.
Yeah, it's a pee pop blocker.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah. It just came with the mic, really.
Cool.
Yeah. Donny, why don't you come back to Canada to live, even for a visit? I thought about it. Actually, I hung out with a lot of Canadians when I was over in Korea. There were a lot there. So yeah, you were a guest on the first free for all, right? Free-Ballin It.
Yep.
And then I was getting ready just a couple minutes ago, and we were chit-chatting, and then it was like, hey, might as well send you the link, hop on, and we'll just hang out.
Yep.
And folks in the chat, we have no topics planned for tonight. So if anyone in the chat has any questions, hey, Joanne.
Hi, Joanne.
If anyone has any questions or topic ideas or things you would like to discuss with us.
Yeah.
If you have questions for our lovely lady here, Be Kind, aka Darlene, or if you have any questions for me, or if there are any topics you would like for us to discuss, then please feel free. I'll be watching the chat. So yeah, there's not many of you. So all right. How about this? Here's a fun little question. Okay.
Okay.
So you and I have known each other for a while in these
Mhm.
YouTube paranormal cryptid shows slash live streams slash chat rooms,
And more
right?
than a few hours on the phone.
More than a few hours on the phone, but we initially met in the chat rooms, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And that's a whole long saga of how
yeah.
our friendship was first kindled.
Yep.
But looking back on all the shows that you've seen and all the conversations you've either were witness to or took part in, what would you say was were your personal favorites or your, I don't know, top 3, top 4, top 5 in no particular order, stories or accounts of
Oh,
yours that you ever heard? Where
oh
you were like,
man.
"That's a banger of a story."
Oh, there's so many. Um, golly.
Or
Um,
favorite people you like listening to?
well, besides all the porchers that I like to listen to, um, I do like the confessionals, Tony.
I know that guy.
I know
Yeah.
Wes on uh, Sasquatch. What's how can I not know the name of his show? Uh,
Sasquatch Chronicles.
thank you.
Yeah.
Boy, there are some amazing encounters on both of those shows that I really, really like. And then just kind of because I'm an insomniac and I have really loud ringing in my ears, like exceptionally loud. I can hear it now, even though I have
Oh.
earbuds in. So I always listen to something while I sleep. And I really like What Lurks Beneath. I really like his channel. He's improved so much, and some of it's creepypasta, some of it's quote unquote true encounters, and of course, I
Mhm.
like Mr. Ballin a lot. I like all of his stuff.
I've watched some of his
Um,
videos. Some of them
yeah,
are pretty good. Hmm.
Mike is asking a question. Um, Do
Oh,
you think it's fair and would you pay for a live concert considering the very high prices on shows and certain bands? I think the price of concerts is like fucking nuts.
yeah. Geez, when was the last concert I went to? Hmm. The Yeah Yeah Yeahs in the Hammerstein Ballroom. I think that was like 2002. I think that was the last concert I went to in America. I went to this one K-pop concert in Korea. Um, but honestly, my reason for avoiding concerts is I don't like places that are too crowded with people physically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I just don't like it. I would go to pro wrestling shows though. I have gone to some of those. And they're pretty similar-ish to concerts, I guess. Um, but yeah, I don't know. What about you, Darlene? What was the last one you saw?
I'm trying to I started seeing concerts in the very early 70s, like 71, 72. And I've been to a lot of concerts. Probably why I have the ear damage that I do.
Oh,
But
damn.
I think I haven't been to concerts in a long, long time. I think the last one was about, how old am I? Okay, so it's probably about 15 years ago. Rod Stewart came to a really small venue
Mhm.
in New Hampshire, and it was just awesome. It was just so great. It was just so great.
Do you remember the first concert you saw?
Yeah. Linda Ronstadt, and she had the Eagles as her backup band before they got
Whoa.
big. That was I think that was my first concert. I remember it as being my first concert.
My first concert was Weezer. This was 2001, I think. Yeah, I was just a little kid in college. Um, I'm trying to think, what were some of my favorite paranormal stories that I've heard over the
Favorite
years?
paranormal. Um,
Al Santoriga's Son of Sam's
yeah.
story.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites. In the
Yes.
for the live stream stuff.
Al
Man, there
is
were
great. Al is great.
Sean
He
Graham had
blows
some
me
really
away.
good ones.
Yeah, I was trying to think
Yeah.
of some of Sean's. Um, some of his live call-in shows were so cool. Um, and to me, they kind of went hot and cold.
Mm.
They could be really awesome, or they could be just kill me now, awful.
Oh, the live callers?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
would
know
have
you know what
I
I'm talking
never
about.
I never agreed. Well, it really depends on the guest, and there were some good ones, to be fair,
Yeah,
but the ones that tanked the show, I mean, they really torpedoed the show.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, I remember thinking too, I was like, "Man, if I ever have my own show, I am not doing a random call-in show.
And
Fuck
here
that."
I am,
Well,
a
you're different. I
random
actually know
guest.
you. Yeah, you're
That's
no.
oh, hey, I know I told you after the show, but your recounting of your hummingbird experience and your virtual reality experience, I won't even call it a dream because it wasn't, it was
Mhm.
real. Um, so I think that's you told me once, person to person on the phone. And then I heard you, it might have been with uh, Gina and I
Oh,
forget.
Gloria and Eileen over
Yeah,
at Casual
Gloria and
Conversations.
Eileen.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. It might have been with them. But anyway, I heard you online recount it. And then, but the job you did, what, 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Was it last week? Knocked it.
Yeah.
I've been babysitting so much for my grandson. It's rotting my brain. Anyway, you did a really good job.
Thank you.
Was that
Yeah.
the one though? Weren't there also, or was it a different experience you had with the spider web feeling?
No, that
No,
was
you
it. That was
mentioned
it.
the electric
Yeah.
spider web.
Yeah, that was it.
Because about a year or so later, when I had it wasn't electric, but I had my spider web experience. That's how I knew.
Mhm.
Well, other than the fact that how could I be walking through a spider web when it's a loft ceiling above me, and you know. Anyway, that's how I knew what to look for when it happened to me.
Yeah. Joanne was on Sean's show. Were you a caller?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember those days. Man, those were fun times.
I know. I hope he's doing
Yeah.
okay. I haven't heard anything about him.
No, I think he's doing
Hopefully he's
okay.
well.
Yeah, I talked to a
Good.
couple friends of his. Yeah, he seems to be doing fine.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a good dude. I mean, still is a good dude, but I haven't heard from him in a while.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah. Trying to think, what were some other good ones?
Well, on that Medium show, when my daughter came through, that of course was exceptional because
Yeah.
I I was having a really rough time, and oh, thank you, Poncho. Um, oh, Joanne, Sean's working on his book. Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah, I remember he kept talking about his book.
I
I'm
know,
like,
I
man,
know.
is this dude ever gonna finish writing it?
I hope he is. So anyway, yeah, I was having a really rough time taking care of my parents, and it was really wearing me down. And of course, I was still only a few years into the grieving process of my daughter, and so I had asked my daughter if she could just if there was some way that she could come through, and
Mhm.
she did that night on that show. I know you were there, and Nightmare was there, I think, if I remember
Yeah.
right. Anyway, that was stunning because the medium didn't know anything about it.
Hmm.
and it just kind of like whoosh happened, and kind of took her by surprise. But
Yeah,
it
I
was
remember you.
nice
Yeah.
for me. It was nice for me. I needed that.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal for me, that one.
Probably the most memorable show for you.
Well, it
And
was
then there's so
definitely
many,
the most meaningful.
yeah. And then the reason why I say that is because at the same time, don't you feel like there were so many forgettable ones too? So many
Yeah.
stories that we've heard that we're just like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I mean, how
They
many?
kind of make the rounds.
Right.
So,
And some stories you hear over and over again because some people who tell stories like to repeat them. I'm not going to name any
oh,
names.
Barton's. Well, no, there were 2 interviews with Martin Groves that were just like riveting. One was the young man who does What Lurks Beneath. He interviewed Martin Groves, and then, of course, Barton interviewed Martin Groves, and both of those, hearing Martin tell his whole saga of the dogmen and the carnage that was in the campsite, and
Hey,
them trying to go and report it and the whole bit. I mean, it was just amazing.
Joanne, was this friend anyone we knew? I'm just wondering, or that we might have known.
Oh, is she talking about Sean?
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah, that's all right. Let's see. What is Mike Bothwell talking about? It's going to end up killing certain channels. What's going to end up killing certain channels? Copyright
AI?
infringement?
AI.
AI? Oh, AI. Oh. Um, uh, AI. I don't know. I kind of think AI is cool. Everyone's so against it, and yeah, I understand why people could be scared about it. Right? They think Cybernet or Cyberdyne, right, from Terminator, AI is going to take over. And hello to you, Jason Finch. But I don't know. Especially people like
Hi,
Jason. He's an
Jason.
artist, right? So
Yeah.
Jason McLean's an artist. He has thoughts on AI because now you can't even tell, right? Um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get all that, but I'm kind of excited for all the video game possibilities, Darlene.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think just running out of new believable material is what will be the death of some channels. I mean, they're just, you know,
Hmm.
I that's it's probably not worth the breath I use to say it, but that's my opinion.
Joanne Hartnett, I think I know who you're talking about. Oh no, but yeah, I've got some questions for you about that because I don't know what happened, but I think I know the person she's referring to. Um, there needs to be a watermark that cannot be. See, here's the thing that got me kind of changed my mind about AI. Um, Here, actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something. I want you to tell me what you think.
Okay.
All right. I saw this clip and I just thought, hey, why is my keyboard not working? Uh-oh, my keyboard's not. Okay, hold on. Oh, because it's still in share mode. That's why. Okay, this one is credited to Brainfrog. Um, hold on. Okay, so here's the idea, Darlene. Okay, so I want to say about like 15 years ago, there was a game that came out called Skyrim, right?
Okay.
Skyrim was your typical fantasy first-person RPG where you walk around, go on quests, you go into these
Mhm.
towns, and then you have these NPCs, these townspeople that walk around, and they'll randomly say things, or you can walk up to them, press a button, and have like little like two-line conversations. Recently, someone modded this game where all the townspeople are now using AI, and yeah, it's pretty scary because it's like ChatGPT. It's the same game. They just modded it, so now all the townspeople are this AI, and oh boy, you gotta look at this. This is pretty nuts. So
Such actions are unacceptable and punishable by.
So with Mantella adding the ability to talk to multiple NPCs all at once, this opens up. Jarl, I come bearing bad news, but I'm giving you the chance for an explanation before
see,
I.
this is AI. He's literally talking into the mic, and it's just talking back in the game.
And let us see what matter requires attention.
I have a letter here that is proof that Jarl Skald is working with the Imperial Legion.
These accusations are preposterous. I am a
It's
loyal
act-
son of Skyrim.
It's actually
and a true
responding,
Nord.
the AI.
I would never conspire with the Empire.
My Jarl.
Oh,
That we address any evidence.
This isn't
so
scripted.
it's
This
not
is the AI.
scripted.
Right?
On over to you.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
How
And
fun
he's
is
just like,
that?
that's not part of the, that's not scripted in the game at all. He just walks up to him and just starts accusing him of being a traitor. And now all of a sudden, this AI is like, wait, I'm the assistant to the king. I'm not the traitor.
This is a forgery or some plot against me by the gods. There will be consequences.
And he goes to the king. He's like, this guy's trying to betray
the
you.
Information in this letter is damning. There is undeniable proof.
So every time you play the game,
Do
it can
not
be different.
Walk over to
Yeah.
the king and give yourself.
Oh,
over.
that's
I
cool.
will tell him the truth.
How dare you? My loyalty is to Skyrim and its people.
Fine, have it your way. Oh, great King Ulfric, I come to you humbly asking for an audience. I have dire news to share with you of great import.
Speak your mind and share your dire news, traveler.
In my
Could you imagine the
hand,
possibilities,
I
Darlene?
possess A letter. A
Well,
letter
I would be
that
trying to.
proves
Can you
that
stump the
this
game?
man,
Can you stump the
Jarl
AI by
is
something
a
so
traitor.
outlandish
In
that
the
it
letter you
can't
shall
come up with a response?
People try.
I
People
bet.
try.
I would.
I mean, I got sucked into this rabbit hole, Darlene. I was like, what is going on here?
Oh yeah, I can totally see why.
All right, this guy is in a
Okay,
virtual
this is a-
reality game with the same type of AI. It's just a
Yeah.
cityscape, but he's just going up to random people and being like, "Hey, you're in a simulation, right?" To actual AI, and it's actually responding real time.
Okay.
Got our first subject here in the gray suit. Hey, I don't mean to alarm you, but this is not real.
I'm sorry. What's that?
You are not living in a real world. This is all made up.
What do you mean? Not real. I feel alive, and this city is amazing.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, the graphics are great, but this is a video game.
I don't believe you. This feels too real to be a game. Do you ever wonder if pigeons think we're the weird ones?
Excuse me, what? Wait, how do you know that pigeons exist?
Of course, pigeons exist. They're all over the city, just like us.
Oh, bro, why he took this in the left field? You are
The AI just randomly said, "Do you think pigeons think we're the weird ones?"
Oh my God. I might have to take up gaming.
Could you imagine? So I'm like, you know what? Bring on the AI revolution. Yeah, it's going to probably take over our lives. And yeah, there's probably some demonic or extra dimensional beings that are possessing it that's slowly going to drive humanity to its doom. But you know what? If it makes my video games more fun, then bring it on, damn it. That's what I want.
Well, you
That's
know
what I
what?
want.
Demonic entities are nothing new. They've always been around waiting for an opportunity. So, you know, it's not like AI is going to be, the end of mankind because of demons, because that game's been going on for eons.
See, that's the one question that well, I guess I've heard it mentioned other times, but like, I wonder if demons can or spirits can possess not just humans or fleshly creatures, but also like the internet and software and programs.
I do. Only because when I have had, at first I didn't know what was going on,
Mhm.
but I'm talking the circuitous route, long way around the barn. So at first I thought I had a virus or something, or malware or something like that on my Mac,
Yeah.
because my mouse would be not controlled by me anymore. And, I'm on a Mac. That's not supposed to be very easy to do. And,
Right.
Firewall and a VPN and the whole bit. So I did, it happened several times. And I did all this research and downloaded some programs that were supposed to prevent all this and ran them, diagnostics, could never find anything wrong. Eventually, what I finally started noticing was whenever either my frequency was so high and so open, or my, whatever you want to call them, spirit guides, or people in the spirit realm were close around me, that happens. And I started hearing from other people that that's like a common occurrence. Like literally my mouse would start traveling all over, and I mean, I wouldn't have my hands on it. I'd put it over out of the way and it would still be happening. It would click on different things and open up different programs, and I had no control over making it stop. It's the weirdest thing. So just from that experience, what did she say?
She says, can you imagine if a hacker got into one of those games that people play with their kids, or their kids are playing, and the hacker gets and starts messing with them in AI? Yeah,
big time. My son is about your age, Donny. And he's been a gamer for a long, long time. And now he has a 20-month-old. And he and I were talking the other day about social media and electronic access, and it's amazing. You should hear him. He's like, no way. They get no access to any of that stuff until they're much, much, much older. At first, we were just talking about social media and everything.
You see so many kids. Yeah. Oh, that reminds me, darling. I got a messed up story for you.
Okay.
So this was back when I was living in North Carolina with my buddy, Isaac. And we were, he owned a restaurant, right? And I would be hanging out there every day. Sometimes even helping out at the restaurant. Like when things got busy, I would work the cashier, right? Just to help out my buddy. And one of the guys who worked there, one of his cooks, right? It was a college town, and it was a Mongolian grill. And they work long hours. And one day this guy who's a cook, he brought his little daughter to work, because people would just be sitting at tables there all day, just hanging out. Some people would just be sitting there all day just studying because they're students. And this girl was probably like 9-10 years old, and she was just sitting on her little smartphone the whole time, right? And then we're all hanging out, and then my buddy Isaac and with her dad, he's like, hey, what are you playing on the phone there? And then she shows him what it is. It's a mobile app Ouija board. So when she showed us what it was, Isaac and I were, because we're like, we don't think she should be fucking with that. And then her dad was like, oh no, all the kids play with it. It's so much fun. It's like having these little random conversations. And then Isaac and I are looking at each other all horrified, like, what? And then we ask her, and I'm like, is this popular? And she's like, oh my God, all my friends are into it. So if you look on the app store of your phone, right? Look up Ouija board app. Look
Yeah.
up EVP app. There's an app where it'll just like, if you go to a haunted location, random words would show up on your phone.
Yeah.
And like all these kids would just sit there and have these random conversations on this Ouija board app. And they love it because every now and then words would appear and it would gradually become more intelligent and more responsive. And oh, hey.
Hey.
This is Brandy or Krista? It is Brista. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I think Krista actually says, I think it's Brandy because Krista actually says Krista. Oh, wait, no, it's Krista. Oh, man, Blondes and Booze Paranormal Podcast, you're confusing me now. Oh, it is Krista. How does everyone else know it's Krista except me?
Because Brandy puts an extra thing. I think she says Brandy, Blondes and Booze or something like that.
Oh.
I think. Chat can correct me.
Yeah, I was confused there. Anyway, that's messed up, Darlene. All these little kids be playing on
That
their
is
Ouija board
really,
app.
that's really bad. That's really
real
bad.
bad. I was like, oh no.
The first time I ever encountered a Ouija board, I was a little kid. I want to say probably 9 or 10 or something like that, spending the night at my girlfriend's house. And she brought out this Ouija board. And I'd never seen one before. I had no clue what they were or anything. And she goes, yeah, it's really cool. We just put our hands on it and da-da-da. We ask a question. And then without you or me moving our hands, it'll move to the answer. I was like, oh, this sounds lame, but okay, whatever. I touched it. I touched the planchette, and through me, of course, I'd had paranormal experiences since I was 3. So, and none of them were bad, mind you. None of my paranormal experiences were bad. Through me just came this, I don't know how to describe it, but it was not good. It was like revulsion. I drew my hands away and I said, I'm not doing this. And they were like, ha, 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 what's the matter with you? Why not? What do you mean? And I was like, I'm not doing this. You guys have fun. I'm going outside. I'll be hanging outside. Let me know when you're done. And I left the room and I went out and sat.
You just knew right away.
I was like, this is whatever it is just like not good.
Yeah.
For me, nothing happened to them that I know of. I don't think so, but maybe it was because, I'd had my first spiritual encounter when I was 3.5 and had subsequent ones. And so maybe I was more open. I have no idea, or maybe it was just my guardians saying, get the hell out. So I've never touched one since.
Yeah.
Have no desire to.
Krista says Ouija boards are not for kids. They are a tool.
Right.
However, not to be used by kids or the inexperienced.
Exactly.
I think the problem is a bit worse than I think people realize, because if you have that many kids out there who are just easily downloading these Ouija board apps on their phone and they're just able to do it by themselves all day long.
Yeah.
And you know those stories where, there's a lot of stories that talk about how spirits can influence electronic devices, TVs, radios, right? Lights. Right. If it's so easy for them to manipulate electronic devices, who's to say they can't just hack into a video game or a computer or the web or your smartphone or like an algorithm?
It's just another communication medium that they can use.
Yeah.
If Krista, I wish you were on. I have questions for you, my dear. But I think I agree with you, Donny. I agree. I agree, Krista. Kids should not mess with the paranormal intentionally. And parents absolutely should not allow it. Absolutely. I mean, it's not any different than letting your kid wander around near the edge of a cliff. You know, they might lose their footing. They might fall off. Something bad could happen. Maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe they'd be okay, but
Okay. Let's get controversial, Darlene. I'll bring something
Okay.
up now. This
All
has
right.
got my wheels turning.
Okay.
Okay. This is going to be a little bit messed up because it's going to be talking about a very real story in the news where very real people died, and it was a school shooting.
Okay.
The Oxford shooting.
Uh,
Do you remember the Oxford shooting?
yeah. Which one was that, though? Make sure I have the right one.
It was the one where the parents also got arrested.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Okay. Where the parents also got arrested, right? This kid wound up killing like three other kids and one teacher.
Yeah.
Got arrested, and this was the unique case where the parents were held responsible because they left that gun out. They were the ones who bought him the gun, and they went shooting with him. And then the same day when he went on the shooting spree, he actually was in the principal's office because his teacher had spotted him drawing all these messed up drawings in his notebook, right? So I started reading and looking a little deeper into that whole family, right? And like what their life was like, and like interviews, and the kid even had some of his own YouTube videos.
Mm.
Okay. He had 2 of his own YouTube videos, right? Well, 3. But the interesting thing was, one of the things that they said that the parents would do with that kid, like when he was little, like 6, 7, 8, I saw these YouTube videos that the kid made when he was like 7 or 8 years old. He was like the sweetest kid.
Mm-hmm.
Sweetest kid, right? Very outgoing, very charismatic, very cheerful on his YouTube videos. But the thing is, they said his parents, he and his parents, their way of bonding was watching horror movies. To the point where their friends would even say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Because they would be watching like horror movies like The Exorcist, all the slasher movies all the time. That was like their family bonding time because they were all into horror.
I wish that people would be more respectful of the developmental capacity at different stages of life. And I'm telling you, there's just no way small children are equipped to process in a healthy way horrific things. And that includes if they experience them themselves or they see it done in real life or in a movie, they don't have the framework to put it over
Arlene,
here and say it's not real.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
I'm sure it does.
So I watched his first video he makes when he was like 7, 8 years old. He's running around chasing his friends, and you know how kids play cops and robbers?
Mm-hmm.
His version of cops and robbers when he was 7, 8 years old was one of them was It, and when they meant it was the demon. So he's like, "Raw, I'm a demon. I'm going to get you." And then it would be like a cops and robbers kind of game, where except if it was one person running away from a demon. That's how he would play when he was 7, 8 years old. Okay.
Yeah,
and then
that's really sad.
And then the other video had nothing to do with demonic stuff, nothing to do with horror stuff. It was just him talking about his channel, just normally, right? And then all of a sudden you hear a bump like in the ceiling, and he stops what he's doing. He's looking up all scared, like for real. Like you could tell this kid's looking all scared. During his parents' trial, part of the testimony was they actually released some of the text conversations this kid was having with his parents. This is when he's a teenager now. Like before he's about to go on do what he did. His parents were really into horseback riding. So mom and dad go off on a horseback riding trip. Or no, the mom goes on a horseback riding trip. I think dad was off working. He's texting his mom. He's like, Mom, there's demons in the house. There's a ghost in the house. Please, can you please come home? I'm really scared. And the mom is like not taking it seriously at all. at all. So she's just like, whatever, right? Just go back to doing what, just put on a video game. Well, whatever, I don't care. Right. And
Yeah.
then in the Notebook, before he goes on a shooting spree, he's drawing pictures of like demons and people, like dead bodies, and he's writing in the Notebook, I please make the voices stop, you know. And I'm like, God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. What's the
That's so messed
surprise?
up.
What's the surprise? Okay, you take a 4 or 5 year old kid out and you're the parent or the much older brother or sister or a relative or, you know, someone that the young child would trust as a role model. And you set the parameter that torturing animals is fine and funny, and you do it.
Here's the
And
thing.
so how are children learn by what they see?
I don't even think it was like the parents were like evil or nothing. It was
No,
more that
but they were terribly negligent.
they were negligent as all get out. Like they didn't take that shit seriously at all. They didn't take the ramifications. To them,
It's
horror movies were
terrible.
just family time. Oh, it's something to do with your kid. Oh, let's watch Freddy Krueger together. Ha ha. Because they were idiots.
Yeah.
I think if they hadn't done that at an early age, I think this whole story would have played out very differently.
Quite possibly.
Because they didn't take the paranormal seriously. They didn't take that shit seriously at all.
And paranormal aside, they didn't have any regard for what they were imprinting on such a young child, you know.
Don't be taking your kids out to watch freaking horror movies.
No. I mean, I was a child. I was, you know, in my early teens. The Vietnam War was still going on, and it was the first time that live broadcast or semi-live footage could come into your living room on the 6 o'clock news. And I remember I have a big extended family. So no matter whose house I was at, my mom or my aunt one of her sisters, they would get up and they would turn off the news. And they said, we're not watching war with our dinner. You know? And they'd all been through World War II and the Korean War, and now we have Vietnam. And
yeah, really? I'm always watching war with my dinner. Well, I'm an adult now, so that's different.
But you're an adult now.
I'm an adult now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a little different.
And hopefully you've already established some societal norm parameters for what's acceptable behavior. And what will land you in jail.
I'll tell you about this other family I know, Darlene. I think I told you about this before, one-on-one. But they're friends of mine. No names, you know, no personal information. But they're a couple, but they too have a son who at the time of this story was probably around 10, 11 years old. And the mom was telling me, we were hanging out one day and she's like, oh yeah, we watch horror movies all the time. And I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, but he's not scared at all. He like laughs at it. He doesn't take it seriously.
Response.
But then she said, but the funny thing is, anything involving aliens, like UFOs, freaks him the fuck out. Like he asks for if you show a gray alien on the screen, he has got to leave the room. He asks him to turn it off.
And
for some reason, like 11. So he'll sit there and I've talked to the kid about this. He's like, yeah, I could sit there and watch and sit through The Exorcist. I'm like, really? I can't even sit through The Exorcist. And I'm a grown-ass man. Right. But he said, yeah, that doesn't scare me at all. But the alien stuff, he can't, for some reason, the alien stuff just freaks him out. And I'm like, that's so weird. It's so weird to me.
Maybe it's because to him, the possibility of aliens is much more realistic than psycho killers, people. I don't know.
I think it's a different kind of scary. I remember as a little kid, there was a guy, like I was like 8 years old. There was a guy who came to our school and gave a lecture on alien abductions. I was a kid so this was 1988. I was like 7, 8 years old. This random asshole does a school auditorium presentation about alien abductions, and then this guy looked like a total weirdo, and then the teachers are all standing on the side of the being like looking at each other like, what the hell? How did this guy get this assembly going on? Who did this guy know? But so then he's telling us giving us this presentation and showing us like this sculpture mold of what a 3D of a gray alien, and telling alien abduction stories. And I'm telling you, Darlene, I was freaked the fuck out. I was scared as hell at 8 years old because I had never heard of that. I was like, oh my God, aliens are real and they're taking people. I could be
Right.
taken any one of us could be taken in our sleep.
In our sleep, when you're the most vulnerable.
Yeah. That's scary as fuck. Why would they
Yeah,
take us in
it
our
is.
sleep? They got
I know.
spaceships. They could just take us in broad daylight.
I know.
What are we going to do? They can like suck us out of the office when we're at work. What is anyone going to do? These are fucking aliens. They have light speed technology. Why are they
I'm
taking us in our sleep?
interested in what Stephen Edmund and Moon at Noon are saying. I wondered the same thing. Perhaps your friend's son has had a repressed encounter with aliens, and that's why he's so afraid.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. There could be no angels in heaven. Well, actually, why can't there be angels in heaven and aliens? Why do they have to like?
I don't think they're mutually
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yeah, why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't both exist? And what happens if angels fight aliens, Darlene? Who do you think wins?
Angels win
Why?
all the time. Because good always wins. They might not. Bad things happen to good people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living proof. But in the long game,
Mm-hmm.
good triumphs.
Okay. May I offer a rebuttal?
Sure.
Okay.
Everybody always
Here's-
has one.
Here's my argument for why I think the aliens could win. Because the aliens, with their science and their technology, might be smart enough to figure out the angel's weakness. Maybe they develop a certain technology that's like an anti-angel beam. Because they're smart enough to figure out, right? They know how the universe works. They're like, okay, these angels, these heavenly beings, they're so predictable. Their tactics are so straightforward. Maybe they use their goodness as their like weakness, or maybe they like know their kryptonite.
Well, could be, but they haven't won yet.
Yeah.
And I don't believe, just as demons are not bound by our physics, angels are not either. But aliens are bound by certain. Aliens are more of the physical world than angels and demons are not.
Mm.
So
Sometimes I wonder if angels and aliens, not demons, but like gray aliens, like angels, they like know each other, and sometimes they'll have like conversations. I wonder what a conversation like that would be like. Like if they had to have like a one-to-one, rather than them fighting. Like what if like, if they both exist, right? And they coexist.
right.
And maybe they have like some deals, or maybe like the aliens are about to do something, but the angel shows up on their view screen and be like, yo, Grays, Zeta Reticulans. Not today, guys. Not today. Okay.
Yeah, well, it could be because, yeah. Well, and there are a lot of people that, which kind of makes sense to me, say that there are good aliens and bad aliens. There are aliens that are more benevolent and helpful to humans.
Yeah.
And there are others that are just like, you get away from me. Don't touch me. Don't beat me up. Don't take me anywhere.
And I bet you most of the aliens probably just don't even care. They're like, oh, humans? Who cares?
I know, we're like the
Yeah.
ant farm.
No, we're like, you know what? We are the trailer park of the galaxy.
Oh, quite possibly. Yes.
Yeah, we're the trailer park.
Quite possibly.
You talk to any
And
other
they just
alien
show
race,
up every once in a
yeah.
while when we
You bring
get a
up
little
humans
too.
around them, and they're like, ew, humans? Ew.
I know. They're like,
Those-
oh my
those-
God, what are they up
Those
to
dirty
now?
slobs, those slobs.
Let's just make sure they're not doing anything nuclear for a while. Otherwise, we're going to have to go and
Yeah.
disable everything and let them know that not cool. But so
Yeah.
then to go back to your comment, I could totally see a scenario where angels or demons would be trying to recruit good or bad aliens to further their cause.
I wonder if, you know how they say there's so many angels, right? Like all those lore, they're like, there's so many angels and they're doing this and they're doing that. And I'm like, really? What are they doing all day? Like, what's their job, right? So I'm wondering, maybe the reason why we barely, because there's some angel stories, but given the amount of angels there are and how there's an angel for every person, everything, or every this and that, and this whole earth, we must be flooded with angels. Where are all of them?
I don't know. Some of that stuff about, there's an angel
Maybe-
for caterpillars. And,
maybe- See, my idea
I
is
don't know that I
maybe
believe that.
the reason why we don't see them all the time or that we're not flooded with them is because they're off dealing with other shit like spirits and
Much
aliens.
more important.
They're like, yo, we're actually keeping this shit at bay for you guys. You dudes don't even realize, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, they're probably doing all this stuff behind the scenes that we don't even know about.
Yeah. There have been times though, I do believe that we have kind of like a primary angel or spirit or someone either assigned to us or they chose us. I don't know how it works. The common term is guardian angel. But I have on occasion throughout the last 40, 50 years, I've asked mine. Things have been like kind of quiet and normal in my life, and yet I've had someone very important to me going through something truly awful. And I've asked them, I've asked my angel, hey, everything's good with me. I don't really need any help right now, but if you could rally the forces and go hang out with, John in the operating room 3 days from now and hang out with his family, well, that would be really good. And I believe that they do that. I do. I believe that they do that.
I like Edgar Casey's answer the best when asked
Which
what
one?
his view on angels and spirits and what the other side looks like and like what heaven looks like. That was one of the questions they asked him in Edgar Casey's readings. I thought his answer to me was the most compelling. He basically said that it's a lot busier than people realize. There's a lot more going on and it's a lot more complicated than people realize.
Yeah.
There's a whole, it's not just like, see, the thing that's funny for me is like when you say fae or angels, we use them as such blanket terms, right? But I think if we really understood their nature and how they actually worked and how each individual functions within that group, I think the takeaway would be that that stuff is probably even more complex than the stuff going on here.
Oh yeah. It's very it's so, to me, it's so incomprehensible how big picture you would need to get in order to understand the forces at play and the interact between all of these forces, the interconnectivity, and that's what they're dealing with. And so we come with, oh, please help me not get a flat tire today on the way to work. You know, that's not even a bug on their windshield. You know, I mean, they might have the capacity to care and do something about it, but yeah, they're really.
I would actually, Moon at Noon, I would have to respectfully disagree with that, simply because I believe creationism and the Big Bang Theory fundamentally address different questions. Right?
Yeah.
The Big Bang is simply just a description of the mechanics. Right? Just because creation happens, it doesn't mean that there can't be mechanics to it. Right? It's just a different it's different. They fundamentally address different questions. So it's like, I feel like they're not even part of the same argument. If you look at the Hindu version of the creation of the universe story, it sounds an awful lot like the Big Bang Theory. An awful lot.
It does.
And when it says in the Bible, in the beginning, God said, "Let there be light," who's to say that can't be the Big Bang?
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Right.
Maybe they're just describing the same thing. Why does it have to be mutually exclusive all the time? Why do people have to make everything so mutually exclusive?
I don't know if this is going to show up. Probably won't show up very well, but.
What's that?
This is, hang on. Tibetan smoky quartz. Phantom smoky quartz. I just got it. It is so much more beautiful than it shows up here on the screen. I just had this delivered to me. I got it yesterday. And I'm telling you, when I unboxed it and put it in my hands, I actually got a little dizzy. I got a little lightheaded. It was so powerful. So I'm pretty happy about this.
Quartz. I hear quartz has got that sponge, like it's like a spiritual spongy substance.
Quartz, yeah. Quartz can really resonate quite well.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at 9:01.
Yeah. Problem is, Moon at Noon, is that most, or people who, the actual, people behind the Big Bang Theory was started by a Roman Catholic priest guy, right? They're not, but what you're saying is true. The mechanics are not separate from the act of creation. But yeah, people have to make it into an argument. And it's not, people aren't like, oh, hey, Big Bang Theory is true, so I guess God's not real. No, people aren't like that. At least, no, I mean, I take that back. Some people are like that, so I'll give you that, Moon. I'll give you that. Some people are like that. But yeah, I just think it's so silly when people are like, oh, Big Bang means creation's not real. It's like,
it's just the current theory on how it happened.
Yeah.
A few hundred years from now, they might have a better theory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not, I don't even think it's like too against like what the Bible says or creationism, right?
No.
If anything, I'd say Big Bang might support creationism.
I think
there's an argument to be made there. As a matter of fact,
and if you look at the first chapter, I think it's John. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and that's all another way of the creation story.
And if you look into the science of the Big Bang, for it to have happened the way it did to result in this universe, Dude, every single variable had to be exactly right. I feel like
Exactly.
a Big Bang is like a better argument for creationism than
Yeah.
anything, you know?
I've heard many physicists say that exact same thing. They spell it all out. I'm sure you've seen the videos where they spell it all out, like, you know, 1/100th of a percentage point variance, and nothing would have happened. You know,
Well,
so
look
it's
at the
like
whole ratio of matter to antimatter, right?
right.
Because all matter and antimatter should have canceled each other out, but the fact that we didn't, and that just regular matter exists and all the antimatter is gone, is like this freaking mathematical anomaly that should not have happened, but
should
it
not
did.
have happened. Yeah,
It's fucking crazy when you think about it.
it is.
You know what I can't wrap my brain around? Because I watch a lot of these science videos and like, you know, space stuff. I'm really into space stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What I cannot wrap my brain around is the fact that the Big Bang happened faster than the speed of light, right?
Yeah.
And you
right.
watch all these science documentaries where they're like, well, nothing can travel faster than the speed of light. And they're like, yeah, it's impossible. It's mathematically impossible to travel faster than the speed of light. But then they all say, but the Big Bang and the universe expanding, that is faster than the speed of light. Because scientists are like, well, yeah, the speed of light is the fastest thing that can describe in space. That doesn't define how fast space can move.
Well, now people in chat, you can correct me. I'm fuzzy, but
Moon at Noon, that is also categorically incorrect. The Big Bang simply says everything started from a singularity, but prior to that singularity, they have no idea. They're not even going to speculate on what it is because we have
no clue. But according to the Big Bang theory, everything should be moving further away at a slower speed, and they're finding that they're finding things contradictory to that. I'm botching. I'm totally botching this. Right? It's
because it's accelerating, and for it to accelerate would imply that there's an inherent energy that is pushing it along.
Right.
But they have no idea what that energy is. So
and so it's not linear. Is that the right way to think of it? It's like no matter where you are in space, everything is moving away. So it's not like we're here and everything's moving this way. You could be somewhere else in space and everything is still moving away in all directions.
Because space itself follows its own rules. And
they don't even know what that's about.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love cosmology and astrophysics and I used to listen to.
I love how Moon at Noon is now like just making up his own version of the Big Bang Theory. That's funny.
Nothing created everything.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway. Ooh. Yeah, they're going to try to figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no one's ever saying like, oh, nothing with, that's silly. Scientists aren't even saying that, dude. If you're gonna like say that, at least be accurate. Anyway,
well, if anybody sees Glenn Dannison, I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's okay.
Oh yeah. How is Glenn doing?
I don't know.
Come to think of it, I think I haven't seen him in like a week.
Yeah, I've been missing different portrait shows and everything because of babysitting overnight. But yeah, I haven't seen him for a while, so I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I was hearing that he was having some health issues.
Yeah, he was last time so if anybody happens upon him, tell him we wish him well.
All right. I want to show you this one, Darlene.
Okay.
Hold on. The video game that I am absolutely in love with. Ready?
Oh, Helldivers. Okay.
Oh yeah, hold on. Before I continue, the whole point of Helldivers, Darlene, is that
Okay.
killing extraterrestrials for democracy and liberty and freedom, because you are a soldier of Super Earth, and
Oh.
the whole land is about liberty and democracy for all.
Except aliens.
Well, the aliens, they don't like democracy. You have to these bugs, and the bugs are trying to kill us. We're democracy. They're trying to kill democracy. So we have to kill these aliens for democracy.
Oh. Okay.
That's literally the premise of this game. Yeah, we're just spreading freedom and capitalism and democracy. It's just, I love any game where you can drop a nuclear bomb on some fucking aliens, all in the name of freedom and democracy. Fuck yeah, for freedom. See, these bugs hate freedom. And those robots, those evil killer robots, I'm pretty sure they're communists. Well, I mean, they said they're communists because the killer robots, they're all about like, we are all as one. We are all one. That's some communism talk, Darlene. Those robots need to be fucking destroyed. We need to drop a nuclear bomb on them. All for democracy. Now,
I wonder if people in Russia, do they get to play these games or are they forbidden?
Oh, the whole world, Darlene, is in love with this game right now.
Even Russians? It's not banned in China?
I don't know about Russia. Well, China's its own thing. Oh, we'll have a whole other talk about China, believe me. And Darlene, I specifically want you on that show with me when I talk about China.
I'm not talking Chinese economics.
No. Not economics, but I don't want you to, not like that, but I want you to react.
Oh.
Because you understand it. That's
okay.
That's why I would like to have you on for that. Because I'm going to tell you some shit where you're going to be like, what the fuck? Anyway. Okay, Darlene, let me show you the opening cinematic intro to this game. And it'll you will get a good sense of what the premise is, okay?
Okay.
Super Earth Ministry of Truth. Please observe the following public service announcement. Deviations in attention will be considered treason. Thank you for your cooperation.
No pressure.
Super Earth, our home. Prosperity. Liberty.
Hi there.
Democracy. Our way of life.
Oh, hello.
But freedom doesn't come free.
No! Sweet liberty! No!
Look familiar?
Now, Darlene, pay attention. Did you notice how ethnically diverse his family was?
Yes.
It was an African American lady and an Asian boy. How does that even work? Anyway, that was very noticeable. Like, wait, hold on. Look at this family. This kid's like Polynesian, and actually, no. I guess he could be like half black. At first, I thought it was an Asian kid, like they had a Chinese kid. So I was like, "What? That doesn't even make sense." But anyway,
but freedom doesn't come free.
No, sweet liberty! No!
Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now.
Galaxy.
You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Free as fuck. Yeah.
The Helldivers.
We're bringing democracy.
Become part of an elite peacekeeping force.
Yeah, keep that peace.
See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy.
Manage
Become a
democracy.
hero.
Manage democracy.
Become a legend. Become a Helldiver.
God damn, I love this game. God damn it. God damn it, Darlene.
I would like to become.
I can't stop thinking about this game. No, literally at work today, all I could think about was unlocking the new plasma shotgun. And I'm like, oh my God, I just unlocked the plasma shotgun. Oh man. Like I'm looking up all its stats and all its properties. And oh man, the magazine only holds 6 rounds. But what if I have to fight one of the high armored bugs? Oh my God, that's half a magazine clip. And I'm sitting there thinking about this all day long.
It's a clear sign that you're not challenged enough by your job.
No, my job is actually quite challenging.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why
I
I
already
was
told you
wondering.
about. Yeah, I
Yeah.
already told you about that. Yeah. Oh, you know what I was thinking? One of these
What?
days, if you want
What?
to do it,
What?
we should have a conversation about politics. Let's get political, Darlene.
I hate politics.
Let's get
I mean,
political.
I hate politics. Hate politics.
Really?
Yeah. I have no respect for either side. None.
Actually, I think politics can be kind of fun, though.
Hmm.
There's fun to be had in talking about politics. You know why?
Oh, why?
I figured out the secret.
Don't care.
The way to talk about politics is to talk about it as if it was a pro wrestling, like a pro wrestling match, or talk about the politicians as if they were pro wrestlers.
Oh, good Lord.
Because you know how pro wrestling, they got factions,
Yeah.
right? Like I love the loony stuff, Darlene. I love it because I just pictured them as pro wrestlers, like body slamming each other, and I'm like, it's the same shit. It's the same shit.
It is.
It is. They all live in a bubble. They all
It's
live in an
amazing.
absolute bubble.
It's amazing how every elected politician, no matter where they are on the political ladder, state, city rep, whoever, the minute they get elected, their whole mindset changes to you, voting public, don't really know what's good for you. I do. And before they're elected, they're like all about you and what's the best for you and vote for me because I will represent you. And the minute they get elected, you are dumb as shit.
No, you know what it is? They're all about that in the beginning when they're in the primaries, when they're competing with other people in the same party. As soon as it becomes them versus the other party, then they're to their constituents, they're just gonna be like, yeah, you just gotta do and follow whatever I say. Because if it's not me, then you're gonna vote for it's just the other party. And then everyone else is like, of course we can't vote for the other party. Right? That's the whole joys of having a two-party system, isn't it, Darlene? Good old two-party system. Because that always
Two-party
works.
system is
That
going
always
to be
works.
the death of this country.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Two-party
Obviously.
system.
Well, my friend,
at the
I don't
same
know
time,
if
though,
I totally bored your audience. Do you have
I do have
anybody
to
still
say,
here?
fairness where fairness is due. I'm not saying I don't love America or you don't love America. We both love America very much. And even though two-party system does suck, well, hey, at least it's still way better than a one-party system.
Well,
So
yeah.
we can still at least count our blessings on that because China got a whole other set of problems.
Oh, yeah. Oh, China, North Korea, Russia.
Oh yeah, and it's just gonna get Israel,
Sorry.
Iran. Oh, shit's about to get crazy, Darlene. Hold on to your hats. Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
And to end off tonight, I am going to show. Hold on. I'm gonna close with this.
Okay.
By the way, did you watch that K-pop video I sent you?
I did. I couldn't get the subtitles to work.
Oh, it's all in English.
What am I thinking of then?
Well, we're gonna watch it. So
you're gonna show it now? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna show it now.
You're gonna get like in trouble.
Well, if the show gets stopped, well, hey, it's the end of the show, so who cares, right?
True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love this girl. She's one member of my favorite K-pop girl group, G Idol.
She's cute.
She's Costa, baby. Lip brow got me loca, crazy. And she's straight out the bopa, yeah. So know how she is. Everybody knows that she's so for sure. Yeah, I can take no more. And oh, she got the thing that I'm looking for. Due to my barrymore. And I go to town on my friends. She is
This is a guy from Scream.
Yeah.
10 days a week. The way she's moving got me crazy, got me weak. She is
Who has phones like that anymore?
I'm on my knees. The way she's looking like a movie, baby, please. The way she's moving got me crazy. Freaky on the daily. We don't need no
they're all friends now. The girls from The Shining.
She got the thing that I'm looking for. Due to my barrymore, I'ma go to town on my friends. She's certified freak. 10 days a week. The way she's moving got me crazy, got me.
He's like, oh, you weren't scared.
There's that kid from The Grudge. That one creeps me out the most. The kid from The Grudge.
I never watched those kind of movies, but you're talking about the
Hold up, wait a minute.
freaky face, that guy.
Gonna test drive like Honda Civic. Feeling like too fast, gonna speeding ticket. You get me higher. Look in the mirror, I see a fire.
I'm gonna do a whole podcast episode on G Idol. That is by far my favorite group.
That guy.
Oh, from Saw? Jigsaw?
I'm certified freak. 10 days a week. The way she's moving got me crazy, got me weak. I'm certified freak. I'm on my knees. The way she's looking like a movie, baby, please. I'm certified freak. Certified freak. I'm certified freak. Certified freak. I'm certified.
Anyway, I think that concludes it. Is it me or did the comments just kind of stop?
I don't know if anybody's still here.
I still see some people. Oh man, this show must have sucked. Oh well. We're gonna have to do this again sometime soon, Darlene.
Blame it on Darlene. Next time we'll have a more organized topic. Or maybe not.
Or maybe we could just talk about our favorite recipes.
Oh lordy.
But we should do a food. You know, I've been meaning to do some food centric topics. And you know, my friend Isaac, he's like an actual like chef.
Yes. Ooh,
And,
have him on. Would he come on?
Yeah, he's been on. He was on,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
Watch Donny Cho Tries Again. He comes on.
Okay.
But yeah,
Awesome.
he is a like like a chef, you know.
I'm going to make some of my Indian dishes, lentils and all those wonderful aromatics and yum, so good, so good.
Yeah, I want to do some like food. We gotta do one where we just talk about food and recipes. I think we would knock it out of the park.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah, let's
so
do that.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That might. Yeah.
I'm not playing.
All right. See y'all's. I hope you had fun tonight. Peace.
Thanks for putting up with me. Bye bye.